Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul Games. Welcome back to Rogue State. Last time our leader, Horrendous, that's our guy there, decided that we were going to spend money to restore water, sewage, electric, and get the roads cleared so we could restore more things to our country that's in the middle of trying to heal from the war. So let's finish the first turn. Wait, did I do everything? I better make sure. It's magic how you can appear there with the in the seat. Alright, yeah, we did some policies last time. This is voluntary prayer week. We can make it so that people have to be left off for prayer or that it's ignored. Right now we're going to leave it in the middle because we really don't want to piss off the fundamentalists. It's really hard balancing trying to make everybody happy. It's impossible to make everybody happy, just like in real life. So here goes nothing. At the end of each week, something bad happens. Once in a while, it's something good. You can see over here on the right side, these are our three neighbors. Babelstan, who helped us out with the revolution. Zarbil, Ajikistan. Obviously, on the left here are the United States of America. They supported the previous corrupt regime and the United Nations. Down here are all of our people. This is a really, really bad one to start with. An oil tanker has experienced a temporary but catastrophic failure, spilling at least 500 tons of crude oil into the sea, which threatens to contaminate several pristine beaches. The impact to the environment and to tourism is anticipated to be severe. Cleaning up the spill should be a high priority to mitigate this economic impact. This is bad. Because the game just started. I don't think I've ever had this before, and the few times I've messed with it in the first time. Like, we have a disaster relief fund that we've been putting money into. If this would have happened on turn 25, we could use disaster relief. So we have two choices. We can ask for foreign aid, which will let foreign powers like us more, but it's going to make our people mad. Because we're going to have to go to the same people that were supporting the... We'd have to go to the United States of America or the United Nations, who'd been supporting the people who oppressed us. Or we spend $100 million to clean up this crap ourselves, which we're going to do. Either way, tourism revenue declines, but our people stay relatively happy. And we lost a ton of money. We look up here. Basenji citizens are increasingly identifying as capitalists. Good for them. Man, that was terrible to lose that much money right away. Alright, let's see how our infrastructure things are going. I gotta be honest, I was hoping for a good start. This has not been a good start. But you know, that's life, right? You know, it is. It's Horrendous's first day as, you know, glorious leader, and they're like, yeah, I got some bad news about the beach. What? Did dog poop on it? No, it's a little worse than that. Did an elephant poop on it? No, oil spill. Okay, we're going to restore the banks of financial services. That'll give us more capital supports the capitalists, and increase tax revenue by 15%. Use funds from the Treasury to honor war bonds. Banks will start to grant microfinance loans to entrepreneurs. Good, we want the economy to go. Those fat cats like it. And we're going to rebuild telecommunications infrastructure. Television, radio, and internet will be brought under state control, so you all have to look at my porn! And made available to the majority of the country. 15% increase in tax revenue. These next things, we can't restore state industries. We can't do until the next turn. Let's take a quick look. This is the quickest way to do it policy-wise. And everybody likes us pretty much. The liberals are a little under 50% and dropping, but until we have the economy going again, we're just going to have to deal with it. They're probably a little unhappy too because we raised taxes, which is a good thing we did.
Oh, do you have any orders, Excellency?
Tell me, Nadir, how is the morale of our men doing?
How is morale within our armed forces?
The armed forces are satisfied with your leadership. They know you are doing your best.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. Can you tell me about Babelstan?
I'm considering deploying our forces into Babelistan. What are the risks?
We have insufficient intelligence on the exact number and deployment on the Babelistan military. Without better information, any attack against them will carry a significant risk.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to war, because you have to remember...
That's all for now.
Our army is just... We just came out of the middle of a civil war, so our army has beat the crap up. These are clandestine operations we can try. We can try and build a space program. We do not have the money for that. Man, I would love to build one, though. We can try and build a giant hydroelectric dam. We really don't have the money for that. A giant firewall to protect us from foreign ideologies. We don't have the money for that. And then we've not unlocked brainwashing for assassins, time machine, or nuclear weapons. Where are your nuclear vessels? I had been thinking prior to this about investing in the Great Dam, but when we lost $100 million on beach cleanup, you know, kind of didn't have a choice. Let's see how Parliament's doing. Alright, we are gaining 2 loyalty points every turn because public approval is so high. Because the people love us, their representatives are being close to us. So maybe that's why we spend all that money on cleaning the dam oil. Let's go call one of our neighbors. Let's run to the regional map. Let's call the sexy lady in Babelstan. We can call the United States of America, the Ambassador George Wendell. We're not going to, though, because... Oh, well, maybe we will. Maybe we'll after. But let's see our intelligence. We don't have any real intelligence on her. We don't know her military or whatnot. But since they did help us in a revolution, and she's a hot chick, try and get some.
Thank you for taking my call.
Let's discuss issues. Let's see, what are important? We don't want to talk about the old ways, especially not since she's a woman. I don't want to be like, you shouldn't be able to drive a car. You should be in the house all the time making me a sandwich, which sounds good. We don't like extremism.
We must work together to counter extremism both within and outside our borders.
Many of these extremist groups are supported by the United States to contain our regime. We lack the resources to address these threats.
Damn, United States getting in the way again? So now that we know that about her, we're not going to say nice things about the UN. We can't discuss trade, unfortunately. It was nice talking. Have a good day.
Apologies, but I must go. Let us speak again later.
Goodbye.
Let's invite the... No. I was going to be like, let's call the ambassador, but fuck the ambassador. It's because of him we had that war. Excellency, our accountants have just reviewed data in our national treasury and found a rounding error that works out in our favor. We have 200 million more than we previously believed. We could have the accountants executed, but that seems a little much. That's excellent news. Well, that makes up for some of the problem with all the shitty beaches. Alright, so let's go to build infrastructure. We are going to restore state industries. Basenji's manufacturing sector will be staffed with capable revolutionaries tasked with returning them to operating at pre-war levels. And we will restore domestic production. And we have, so our natural resources are, I think those are electronics and goats. Yep. Damn it. I was hoping we'd have oil. And this is the last thing we can do in the Reconstruction phase. Restorative justice system. The senior commanders of the former king's armies will they're going to be tried for war crimes committed against the people. This reflects the end of the Reconstruction period. So basically all of the king's old men who were corrupt, they're going on trial now. And we have 2 choices. We can imprison the monarchists and be mean to them, hopefully keeping them away from doing bad things, or we can let them go and try and be kind. You know what, the war is over and the people are weary of seeing their fellow citizens incarcerated simply for following the king orders. However, this solution keeps the monarchists from filling your cabinet members with seditious thoughts. Yeah, because I don't want my cabinet members to be influenced. They're going to jail. The people that supported the king. With the justice system in place, the wounds of the revolution can finally start to heal. And now, we can do other things. We can spend money on real advancements in either security... Can I select on it? Society. This is like more liberal programs. Or trade and diplomacy. So we're going to spend money on a trade commissioner service. She will advance our national interests through trade and prosperity. Unlocks new country-specific options. And then we're going to open up a big old American hotel. I know the Americans fucked us. But as leader, I need money. This is going to get us more relations with the U.S. Which, I'm on the fence about. More capitalist approval and $3 million per turn from tourism. You see, America likes us better. And then we have 2 perks we can pick, one or the other. Bugged rooms. Our agents will plant recording devices in hotel rooms to learn foreign secrets, which is exciting. But we're gonna make it a 5-star service. Our hotel will spare no expense in attracting the rich and famous. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. And that'll be another 1 million per turn for tourism. We need all the money we can get right now. So we're going to spend some money too on a foreign service. We're really going heavy into the capitalism phase. If you look at these 4 groups down here, liberals, fundamentalists, capitalists. Capitalists love us, as do the patriots. We're going to focus on the economy and the capitalists. So we're going to build our foreign service, and then we're going to hold a regional summit. We're going to get all the other regional leaders to come hang out with us. And you can see the other 3 regional countries up there. Babelstan, Bo, and Hobojo all came to the bit. And then we're going to take a big risk right here. Global shipping giant. Subsidize a global shipping company with hundreds of container ships to ensure that Basenji's exports remain highly competitive on the global marketplace. So we're going to need to spend money, and it might piss the liberals off in the long run. To basically say we're going to take your tax money to buy a bunch of ships, give them to a company so we can help our economy. So we're going to get a plus $15 million per turn when the capitalist approval is over 60. And right now it's over 71. But that means we have to work really hard to keep their approval high. So we just spent a shitload of money that we found in that bank error, thank God, to do all of that. Let's check out the newspaper. What's in the headlines? Bank error in your favor. Gain $200 million. Yeah, it must have been one hell of a mattress they found it under. Relations with Babelstan, or Babelstan, how they pronounced it? Cool, in spite of call. Oh man, I tried to call her. Let's see, some 14-year-old was convicted for spreading graffiti. I don't really care about that. Liberal approval is dropping, but capitalist patriotic approval are growing, and fundamentalists is about the same. Liberals are the second smallest group. So, I mean, I don't want the liberals to be mad. Later on, we'll spend money on things like a hospital to try and make them happy. Oh, there's one other thing we can do. A couple other things. We have goats, and we have electronics. If you get any of these matches here, you get bonuses. So if we could bring in, like, shirts, we would get a cashmere manufacturing, which would double the effect of sweatshops, which we don't have any currently. Speaking of which, though, we're going to go call up some of our friends. Let's call up Zarbil. Now that we have resources, we want to sell some.
Thank you for taking my call.
So, what's up, dude? I don't know a lot about you, so I want to feel you out. I don't want to feel you up. Maybe a little bit. We want to be closer friends.
We would like to deepen the long-standing cooperation that exists between our 2 nations.
Of course, we are willing to work with all of our brothers in the region, so long as our objectives are aligned.
Totally, dude. He really likes the old ways, I think. Would you like to buy some would you like to buy some goats?
Are you interested in negotiating a trade agreement where we sell you Basenji goats?
Certainly. These are the terms we are prepared to agree to.
All right, we will take that 15 million per turn. Thank you, good sir. Don't do naughty things with the goats, but if you want to, you can. They're yours. Would you like to buy some electronics?
Are you interested in negotiating a trade agreement where we sell you Basenji electronics?
Certainly. These are the terms we are prepared to agree to.
9 million? That's not a lot of money, but it is about market rate, so we'll have to take it. Who would have imagined goats are more expensive than electronics? Hey, you want to hear a joke, dude?
A man flying in a hot air balloon suddenly realizes he's lost. He reduces height and spots a man down below. He lowers the balloon further and shouts to get directions. "Excuse me, can you tell me where I am?" The man below says, "Yes, you're in a hot air balloon, hovering 30 feet above this field." "You must be a scientist," says the balloonist. "I am," replies the man. "How did you know?" "Well," says the balloonist, "everything you have told me is technically correct, but it's of no use to anyone." The man below responds, "You must work in management." "I do," replies the balloonist, "but how'd you know?" "Well," says the man, "you don't know where you are or where you're going, but you expect me to be able to help. You're in the same position you were before we met, but now it's my fault.
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah.
Tough crowd.
Definitely a tough crowd. I bet that guy's in management, that's why.
Apologies, but I must go. Let us speak again later.
Goodbye.
I think I offended him. It was a long joke, I'll admit that. The joke went on a little long. Maybe we should learn about that guy's country. Wait, what country was it? I don't remember which one. It just wasn't Babel. Was it Ajaxstan? I honestly don't remember. Oh, great. Oh well, whatever. As you can see though down here, we're gonna make more than that because of our shipping bonus. But our support in the parliament is increasing now by 2 per turn if we just fly over to the parliament. Because we have a capitalist supporter. Is that because of I think it's because of this guy? Because the capitalists really like us and he's in the parliament? If so, then we need to get the patriots to like us a lot too. And I don't mean the New England patriots. Now we're building a lot of loyalty there with the parliament. So let's see, we invested all of that money into the economy. So the capitalists are pretty happy right now. Patriots and fundamentalists are doing pretty good. What is this? Fundamentalist clerics are calling upon the government to prohibit luxury goods and denounce conspicuous consumption. Fuck. So the fundamentalists don't want to have fun. They're like, you guys can't have your flashy Western ways. If I say yes to them, the capitalists are going to get mad because they want to wear their nice clothes and their bikini thongs. I'm going to say no, fundamentalists. People can wear whatever they want. It's about freedom now and Vegeta Biostan. Fundamentalists did not like that. Ooh, we're at 50 million per turn now. I almost feel like we should save a little money up. Let's look at our policies. Fundamentalists holding strong. Capitalists losing 1% per turn. I don't like that. Liberals losing 1% per turn. We need something to change that. But money is tight, and we don't want to overextend ourselves. Let's go to infrastructure. Because some of these buildings will, like if we build a sweatshop, our capitalist approval will increase each turn. We're going to wait though. I do want one of those. But we're going to wait because we have 61 million. I don't want to overdo anything. Let's take a look at the region map. See, do we have any special... We don't want to militarily assist anybody. We could build an oil pipeline, spend 3 million per turn for 10 turns to build an oil pipeline, which will provide an extra 5 million per turn when completed. Foreign minister loyalty must remain at least 60 through the construction period. Armed conflict will result in the destruction of the pipeline. Let's learn about Let's learn about that place. What kind of people are they? Is it worth investing in a pipeline to them? Oxtijan. Oxtijan received significant foreign aid from the Soviet Union during the Cold War, transforming it rapidly from an underdeveloped mountainous country to a Soviet-styled autocracy in just a few decades. A major oil-producing nation, it is self-reliant for most of its energy needs. Oxtijan's democratic credentials were regarded as relatively strong in the immediate post-Soviet era, but corruption and nepotism have marred the country's future and democratic freedoms have diminished in recent years. Resentment at widespread poverty and ethnic divisions between North and South have spilled over into violence, and the country has a long history of removing leaders from power due to popular discontent. A 2003 constitutional referendum curtailed the president's powers in favor of the prime minister, and since then, Oxtijan has been ruled by multi-party coalitions. Its relatively democratic nature stands out in a region dominated by autocrats. Most of the population of Oxtijan follows the old ways, though there's been a growing interest in other faiths among those who are seeking a new ethnic or national identity. Let's see, let's call those up. Let's call those guys up and see if we can be a little peaceful with them. We know they like the old ways, so maybe we can pander to them. And they like us a lot right now.
Thank you for taking my call.
I would like to discuss issues with you, dude.
We would like to deepen the long-standing cooperation that exists between our two nations.
The potential, of course, always exists for our countries to grow closer.
I definitely want to. Let's see. We may not glorify the old ways. We must not fall victim to the trap of No, I don't want to say anything about that. You know, if they want to be a theocracy or have religious laws, I'm not telling them how to do things. All right, that's good enough.
Apologies, but I must go. Let us speak again later.
Goodbye.
We touched base. We had a nice call with them. I think we might take a risk and build the oil pipeline. A trade commissioner service and a foreign... Wait, don't we have a... Oh, I bet we have to make build a trade commission. Where is the trade commission? Wait, we do have a trade commission. Why isn't our trade commissioner service loyal to us? Oh no, is it the foreign minister thing? Because our brother's the foreign minister and he's a dip? Oh man. God damn it, Farouk. You're always ruining things for me. Just like when our mom wouldn't take us to the Waffle House anymore because of the time you diarrheaed everywhere. It's the problem. An awe-inspiring rare seahorse was discovered in a reef very close to the seaport under construction. Environmentalists are calling for you to put a hold on further construction in light of the discovery. What do? We could accelerate the production of the seaport before the issue gains any traction in the media. That's bound to make liberals mad. We could order the seaport to be completely redesigned to minimize the impact of the seahorse population, or halt all construction. And dedicate the reef as a national wildlife preserve. Well, that's going to make capitalists mad at us, and we need capitalists to be happy with us. So we're going to redesign the seaport and spend money on it. Oh, liberals actually like that! Liberals were like, we like that you cared about it, and the capitalists weren't mad because they still got the seaport. Excellent. Basenji's citizens are increasingly identifying as nationalists. I want a little more money in the bank before we do anything. Look at our support with Parliament. It's going way up. Let's look at our national support. Man, we still want to get that support to go up with liberals. It's still declining with liberals and capitalists. I think we're going to wait one more turn. We don't really have much to do on this turn. Quirky separatists are holding several patients in a rural hospital hostage. They are demanding 40 million in the release of 7 Quirky political prisoners. What do? We don't have a counterterrorism unit yet. We can negotiate the release of the hostages. If we do that, we lose 40 million, and the patriots are probably going to be mad. Always wants to think of New England. But if we send in the army, we're going to kill a bunch of people, and it's going to be a giant fucking disaster. So I think, I hate to, but we're going to negotiate. Yeah, the patriots did not like it, but the Quirky like it. So that at least because we would have angered the Quirky by murdering their people. Good deal. So let's work on infrastructure. We're going to build sweatshops, because who doesn't love sweatshops? We can exploit cheap labor in Basenji. What that will do, I don't know if the bonus is on it yet, is that's going to make it so next turn, I believe capitalists won't be losing support anymore. I don't think we have any new things we can do with these guys. No. Man, I really wanted to build that pipeline. If I would have known, I would have put my brother in charge of the foreign ministry. Yep, that's why, the foreign service minister. And my brother's like, nope, I'm not going to help with that. Damn it, Farouk, he would help our people. Don't you care about that? He's just angry. Farouk wants to be in charge. Let's check out the newspaper. The economy's doing alright. We're plus 50 million per turn right now. Day 3 of hospital standoff. Glorious leader negotiates with terrorists. That's right, everybody. I have brought peace to the region. Rally against apathy draws unsurprisingly small crowd. They're all like, 15 people showed up at a venue booked for 6,000. Basenji women marched for pay equality. 14,000 appear in Haima for March for Equal Wages. We're not doing bad with support, and the liberals are they're the smallest faction now, so that's alright. Patriots and capitalists being well, fundamentalists are tied with patriots, but that's alright, not bad at all. I always feel like a waste. This kind of turn marker is like how many moves we have left that we can do before the turn week ends. We have like 2, but we don't really have anything else we need to do. A prominent councilman has put forward a proposal to prohibit the foreign adoption of Basenji children. Hey, some hot ladies can adopt me. Give me that lady milk. Yeah, that's gross. Until comprehensive laws are put in place to prevent the illegal unregistered trafficking of kidnapped children in the name of adoption, this will put serious strain on a domestic adoption system. Well, I can allow foreign adoption still, but then I don't want the children of our nation sold. Like, if you know they're going to a good family, that's fine. We're going to prohibit foreign adoption until we can get the system worked out where we know that you're not abusing the kids or selling them to work in factories. Yeah, the patriots like that. The United States of America didn't like it. Some rich white couple in America was like, I'm getting a Basenji baby! Oh no! They took it away from me! Yes! Americans, you gotta make sure our kids will be safe. And then you can adopt them. Basenji citizens are increasingly identifying as capitalists. I love that. Let's run over to Parliament and see how our support's doing. We have 73 loyalty points. We are getting 4 loyalty points every turn. We are really popular in Parliament right now. Public approval is high. Let's run to the Policies tab. I just do that because that's quicker than clicking on everyone down below. You can see by the outline if it's good or bad. Capital is still at negative 1% each turn. Surprise, I built the thing that's supposed to make them happy. I could increase gambling, but fundamentalists would be more unhappy. Liberals are pretty happy with us. Let's see what else we can purchase. We can spend money on... Oh, we don't have money for any of those. We can form a cartel. Your domestically produced goods will receive a massive one-time boost in value. To join a coalition of manufacturers with the sole purpose of maintaining high prices at a high level and restricting competition in your market. That's not a bad idea. We're going to wait on that, though. I think we need to start looking at some basic social services. So I think we're going to issue a health policy paper, an official memorandum that sets the government's plans for providing access to health and medicine for the public. Everybody deserves health care. So we really have 2 choices here. A single-tier medical care. All Basenji citizens are given equal access to socialized medical care, paid by the state. That's right, you can go in and get a hand job. The Liberals will love it. It will cost us more money. Or we can have a 2-tier medical care system. A limited care socialized health system is in place for all Basenji citizens. More rapid advanced healthcare will be made available to the public at cost. So basically, if you're poor, you get basic coverage, but other than that, you gotta pay for it. The plus of that is capitalists will give us more approval each turn. The minus of that is support in Quirky, where people are poor, is going to go down. So we're gonna have universal coverage, even though it's gonna cost us a bit more. And of course, liberals love that. And the next time we're gonna build a big hospital, which will hopefully get us some liberal approval each turn. Let's look at our treasury data. I feel like I'm flying through all this. I'm having so much fun. I like how our dog founder is looking over us. So we're making 7 million a turn in tourism, 15 million in other. I believe that's our sweatshops and the like. We're not spending any money on foreign intelligence. At some point, hopefully we will. Not bad. We can discreetly funnel money from the National Treasury into our offshore bank account. We're not going to embezzle, at least not at this point. Maybe later on. I kind of forgot we could do that. And if we look at the price of, what do we have? We have goats. Price of goats has dropped some. Price of electronics are low. It's just hard to believe. Nobody wants our electronics. Funkadelic. A Chinese biotech firm has been banned from operating in China due to unethical practices. That sounds good. They're seeking to invest in a large research facility in Basenji due to our open financial system and absence of regulations surrounding human testing. We're not sure what exactly the firm will be researching. It can't be good if they can't do it in China, because China's kind of lax But they assure us they will quietly invest capital into Basenji in exchange for no unpopular requirements being made of them. Well, I can either say no, or I can say yes and we get 3 million a turn. We're going to say yes. We're going to be like, yeah, you give us some money, open up your human testing thing, we need the money, nobody needs to know. That seems like a wise choice. Basenji citizens are increasingly being identified as liberals. Oh, I bet you part of the reason people didn't like us still was because of the taxes. Because in the first turn, we raised taxes, and it takes a while for people to get adjusted to that. We're in a very rare situation right now where, well, I guess their overall went up. Very popular across the board. Super popular in Parliament. At a 78 with +5 per turn. What do we build next? Oh yeah, I did want to build the hospital. We're going to build an advanced diagnostics hospital. People deserve it. I think after the long revolution, they're going to have now, everybody's going to have medical coverage. We have 69. Oh yeah. Overall popularity. It's almost too bad this isn't the end where we could be like, yeah, it's time to have the elections. Because things are going really good right now. I'm not trying to jinx it, but we've had some ups and downs, but Horrendous is doing great. It's Basenji's National Day. The media is wondering what celebrations you have planned. Well, we could spend a bunch of money doing this for our national holiday, but because we have a loyal communications minister, one of the people in our parliament, or our cabinet, not parliament, really loves us, we'll have him deal with it, or her. Have the communications minister make preparations. That saves us money and it makes us look good. See, the patriots love that. I want to know who I need to go thank. This will be the communications minister, Nadil Bashara. He really likes us because he loves, the capitalists are really happy. He's a capitalist. Yeah. Man, look at all this support. Parliament motherfucking loves us. We're hip, y'all. Everybody's approval has gone up. Overall approval is at 73%. I wish we were making more money, to be honest, though. Some people's approval is still dropping, but they're so high, it's going to take a while before it's detrimental. Though we could have some bad thing happen between now and then. Man, I feel like I'm just flying through this. At some point, though, we are going to need intelligence operations, stuff like that. But I guess I'm going to save that for the next episode. I want to thank you all for watching. I had a great time playing this. We're set up pretty well right now, but things are not going to go well forever. I'll see you all in the next episode.